Welcome everybody to 101 random facts that will blow your mind. Let's dive right in. Number 1. The bristlemouth fish, or cyclothone, may not win any beauty contests, but it dominates the oceans with up to a quadrillion individuals swimming in the deep. This shadowy tiny fish thrives in darkness where food is scarce, proving that even the humblest creatures can outnumber humanity by a staggering margin. If you combined their mass, they'd outweigh most vertebrate populations on Earth. Number 2. The Tasmanian devil's fight for survival is complicated by a contagious cancer that causes grotesque facial tumors. Transmitted through biting, the cancer cells evade their host's immune systems thanks to low genetic diversity. Amazingly, these rogue cells started as devil tissue but evolved into a separate parasitic organism. Despite their unique nature, these cells remain phylogenetically classified as marsupials. Similar transmissible cancers also appear in dogs, clams, and hamsters. Number 3. Ancient Egypt wasn't just a civilization of pyramids and pharaohs. It had its own historians too. Archaeologists have unearthed records showing that Egyptians chronicled their world meticulously. The remarkable fact is that many modern archaeologists now study the remains of a society that once had its own archaeologists looking at even older history. Layers of time and preservation offer a window into how people viewed their past thousands of years ago. Number 4. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, had a twin brother named Jesse Garon Presley, who was tragically stillborn. Despite rarely speaking about it, Elvis carried the weight of Jesse's absence throughout his life. Some biographers suggest this loss profoundly shaped Elvis's personality, fueling his drive for fame and connection. Elvis often mentioned that his brother's spirit was always with him, a silent influence on his iconic legacy. Number 5. Hummingbirds are so perfectly built for flight that their tiny feet seem almost redundant. These birds, members of Apodiformes, footless, use their miniature feet solely for perching, scratching, and building nests. Lacking knees, they cannot walk or hop. Instead, their wings carry all the workload. Watching a hummingbird in flight, its feet disappear into a blur, proving that nature can prioritize efficiency over versatility in astonishing ways. Number 6. The botulinum toxin in Botox is so mind-bogglingly potent that the entire global supply for aesthetic and medical use weighs less than a single gram. This deadly neurotoxin produced by Clostridium botulinum bacteria can paralyze muscles in microscopic doses, offering wrinkle relief or treatment for migraines. To put it in perspective, a teaspoon of this toxin could theoretically wipe out humanity. Beauty truly comes at a molecularly dangerous cost. Number 7. The Lewis and Clark expedition encountered an epic game of translation telephone when meeting a Salishan-speaking tribe. The chain of interpretation went from English to French to Hidatsa to Shoshone to Salishan, thanks to a complex mix of tribal slaves, Sacagawea, and her French-speaking husband. Each person added a layer of linguistic relay, turning basic messages into hilariously drawn-out exchanges straight out of a comedy skit. Number 8. Believe it or not, many ancient Egyptian mummies didn't survive the test of time, not because of decay, but because people ate them. In the Middle Ages, mummy powder became a sought-after medicine believed to cure ailments. People ground mummies into dust and consumed them, thinking they harnessed ancient healing powers. This bizarre medical craze decimated countless mummies, making intact specimens far rarer than they should be today. Number 9. Janet Jackson's 1989 hit Rhythm Nation has an unexpected superpower. It can crash certain laptops. The song's bass contains a frequency matching the resonant vibration of some older hard drives, causing them to malfunction. Tech companies had to scramble to design more robust systems after this discovery. Who knew a pop song could bring down computers, combining music history with a rare intersection of audio engineering and chaos? Number 10. Some octopuses have a grim self-destructive quirk. If they swallow food without properly chewing, they can accidentally lobotomize themselves. This happens because their esophagus passes through their brain. Large, unchewed food can compress vital brain tissue, leading to severe damage or even death. While octopuses are highly intelligent creatures, this bizarre anatomical flaw shows how delicately balanced even brilliant biological designs can be. Number 11. Birds have a surprising advantage when it comes to spicy foods. They can't taste capsaicin, the compound that makes peppers hot. This evolutionary quirk explains why peppers develop their spice, to deter mammals while allowing birds to eat and spread their seeds. Birds happily munch on fiery peppers without flinching, ensuring plants can scatter their progeny far and wide without being gobbled up by pesky mammals. Number 12. Belize's national flag boasts 12 colors, making it the most colorful flag in the world. Adopted in 1981, the flag depicts two figures, tools of labor, and a lush wreath set against a blue background. Its vibrant design symbolizes the country's rich cultural diversity and agricultural roots. If there were a global contest for most visually dynamic national symbol, Belize would undoubtedly win with flying colors, literally. Number 13. In 2019, scientists stumbled upon the world's oldest known artwork, a 44,000-year-old cave painting on the Indonesian island of Sulawesi. The scene features wild pigs and human-animal hybrids in what appears to be a hunting tableau. This prehistoric masterpiece predates many other ancient works and reveals how early humans used art to express stories and mythologies. It's like finding humanity's first comic strip etched into stone. Number 14. France reigns as the world's most visited country, welcoming a staggering 90 million tourists in 2018. From the Eiffel Tower to the lavender fields of Provence, visitors flock to experience its charm. Spain claims the runner-up spot, proving Europe's irresistible allure. Whether it's cuisine, art, or architecture, France's magnetic appeal ensures it remains a cultural pilgrimage site for millions year after year. Number 15. All of Wikipedia, the sum of human knowledge in text form, can fit into a file smaller than the latest Call of Duty video game. The text-only version occupies just 51 GB uncompressed, while multimedia content requires a whopping 428 TB. This comparison highlights how sleek and efficient Wikipedia's digital archive is, despite containing billions of words, and how massive modern gaming files have become. Number 16. Spencer Silver, the inventor of the Post-it note, wasn't even trying to create a weak adhesive. On the contrary, he was looking for something strong when he stumbled upon a glue that barely stuck. A failed experiment turned into a triumph when his coworker used the glue to bookmark his hymnal pages. The Post-it note now sticks everywhere, proof that great inventions sometimes come from happy accidents. Number 17. Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen revolutionized medicine when he accidentally discovered X-rays in 1895. While experimenting with cathode rays, he noticed an eerie glow on a fluorescent screen, caused by invisible rays passing through solid objects. Röntgen's discovery allowed humans to peer inside the body for the first time, forever transforming diagnostics. He even took an X-ray of his wife's hand, an image that shocked the world with its skeletal detail. Number 18. Percy Spencer, a Raytheon engineer, inadvertently invented the microwave when he noticed a chocolate bar in his pocket melting near radar equipment. Intrigued, he experimented further and realized microwaves could rapidly heat food. This accidental breakthrough changed kitchens forever, turning bulky ovens and long cooking times into convenient high-speed meals. It's a delicious reminder that invention often strikes when you least expect it. Number 19. Silly Putty, the stretchy childhood toy, wasn't designed to entertain kids. During World War II, scientists searched for a synthetic rubber substitute, and Ruth Graves accidentally created a silicone polymer with bizarre properties, bouncy yet moldable. While it failed as rubber, its odd characteristics charmed children worldwide. What started as an industrial mistake became a household staple, reminding us that play can arise from serious pursuits. Number 20. Penicillin, the first life-saving antibiotic, was discovered accidentally by Alexander Fleming in 1928. Returning from vacation, Fleming found a strange mold, Penicillium notatum, growing in one of his Petri dishes, killing surrounding bacteria. What he almost discarded became a medical marvel, leading to antibiotics that have saved millions of lives. This lucky breakthrough launched modern medicine, proving that sometimes the greatest discoveries come from overlooked mistakes. Number 21. The beloved potato chip owes its crunchy existence to an annoyed chef named George Crumb. In 1853, a picky diner at a New York resort repeatedly sent back his fries, complaining they were too thick. In frustration, Crumb sliced the potatoes paper thin, fried them to a crisp, and served them as a snarky comeback. To his surprise, the customer loved them, and the potato chip was born. Number 22. Chocolate chip cookies, a kitchen classic, came about thanks to a happy accident in the 1930s. Ruth Wakefield, owner of the Toll House Inn, ran out of baker's chocolate and chopped up a semi-sweet bar, expecting it to melt. Instead, the chocolate held its shape, creating gooey pockets of flavor in her dough. The chocolate chip cookie has since become a sweet icon loved worldwide. Number 23. Teflon, the super slippery material used in nonstick cookware, was discovered by Roy Plunkett in 1938 while working on refrigerants for DuPont. He found a mysterious, waxy substance that resisted heat and friction, sparking its use in everything from pans to spacesuits. Teflon's accidental discovery highlights how serendipity often delivers materials that revolutionize entire industries. Number 24. The word millionaire was first coined in 1826 by British author Benjamin Disraeli in his novel Vivian Grey. The term described a level of wealth that seemed unfathomable to most people at the time. Today, with millions of millionaires worldwide, the concept is far more common, but the word still holds a sense of status and success, originating from literature that shaped public imagination. Number 25. The phrase blue chip comes from poker, where blue chips traditionally carry the highest value. This term entered the business world to describe reliable, financially strong companies, similar to how blue poker chips symbolize stability and worth. From Wall Street to casual conversation, the poker table origins of blue chip remind us of the enduring link between language, risk, and value. Number 26. The first credit card was issued by American Express in 1951, forever changing how we make payments. Initially designed as a simple charge card for travel and dining expenses, it marked the beginning of a cashless economy. Today, credit cards are a staple of global commerce, with trillions of transactions made annually. What started as a convenience is now an essential tool for modern financial life. Number 27. If you knock out a tooth, don't panic. Putting it back into its socket might save it. Teeth can regenerate their roots if reinserted quickly and properly. This remarkable ability is due to the body's natural healing process, which can fuse the tooth back into place. Dentists recommend rinsing the tooth gently, replanting it, and seeking professional care immediately. It's dental magic in action. Number 28. A housefly lives for only about 14 days, yet its brief life is incredibly eventful. In those 2 weeks, a fly can lay up to 500 eggs, spread diseases, and annoy countless humans with its buzzing. Despite their short lifespan, flies play an important ecological role, aiding in decomposition and serving as food for other animals. Their fast-paced existence proves you can do a lot in a little time. Number 29. The Saluki, often called the royal dog of Egypt, is the oldest known dog breed, dating back over 5,000 years. Ancient carvings depict these sleek, elegant dogs, accompanying pharaohs and hunters alike. Salukis were so revered that they were often mummified alongside their owners. Known for their incredible speed and endurance, they remain a symbol of loyalty, beauty, and history, bridging the past and present. Number 30. The bee hummingbird, native to Cuba, is the smallest bird in the world, measuring just 2.2 inches long and weighing less than a dime. Despite its size, this tiny marvel has a huge appetite, feeding on nectar from over 1,500 flowers daily. Its wings beat so fast, up to 80 times per second, that they create a humming sound, giving the bird its name. Small but mighty, it's nature's little powerhouse. Number 31. An astounding 75% of wild birds never make it past 6 months of age. Predators, accidents, and harsh environmental conditions all contribute to this high mortality rate. However, the survivors often live much longer, with some species thriving for decades. This brutal early survival phase ensures that only the strongest, smartest, or luckiest birds make it to adulthood, continuing their species in the face of adversity. Number 32. The slowest fish in the world is the seahorse, which travels at a mere 0.01 miles per hour. While its pace might seem unimpressive, the seahorse uses its slow, deliberate movements to its advantage, blending perfectly into its surroundings. With its prehensile tail for anchoring and upright swimming posture, it's a master of stealth in underwater grasslands. Slow and steady, the seahorse thrives in its own quiet, leisurely way. Number 33. Of the 650 known species of leeches, only Hirudo medicinalis is used in medical treatments. This medicinal leech has been a part of healthcare for thousands of years, dating back to ancient Egypt. Today, leeches assist in microsurgery by improving blood circulation and removing clots. Their saliva contains anticoagulants and painkillers, making them tiny, wriggling surgeons that blend modern science with historical practice. Number 34. The Fore people of Papua New Guinea once practiced ritual cannibalism to honor their dead. Unfortunately, this tradition led to the spread of kuru, a prion disease that causes paralysis and uncontrollable laughter before death. Tragically, the condition made infected bodies develop a fatty layer, which was said to make them taste delicious. The irony? Those most eager to honor the dead became the disease's next victims. Number 35. Eels have a unique life cycle. They spawn in the open ocean, but spend their adult lives in rivers. European eels, for example, journey thousands of miles to the Sargasso Sea to reproduce, with their offspring drifting back to freshwater habitats. This mysterious migration has puzzled scientists for centuries, as no one has ever witnessed eels spawning in the wild. These secretive swimmers remain an enigma of the natural world. Number 36. A crocodile's tongue is permanently attached to the roof of its mouth, preventing it from moving. This odd adaptation keeps the tongue out of the way, while the croc's jaws snap shut with bone-crushing force. It's also handy when hunting underwater, ensuring they don't accidentally swallow debris while lunging at prey. For crocodiles, immobility isn't a flaw. It's an evolutionary feature that suits their predatory lifestyle. Number 37. A snail's head has 2 pairs of tentacles, each serving a unique purpose. The longer pair contains the eyes, helping the snail navigate its environment, while the shorter pair is responsible for smelling and feeling. Some snail species have only 1 pair, meaning they must rely on a single, multi-purpose tentacle. These slow-moving creatures prove that nature can package sensory tools efficiently, even in tiny, slimy forms. Number 38. Sharks and rays don't have regular fish scales. Instead, their skin is covered in tiny, tooth-like structures called dermal denticles. These spikes reduce drag in the water, making sharks some of the fastest and most efficient swimmers in the ocean. Early humans even used shark skin as sandpaper for polishing wood. Razor sharp and resilient, these microscopic teeth are a testament to evolution's ingenuity. Number 39. In humans, nerve cells can grow up to 1 meter long, allowing signals to travel from the spine to the tips of your toes. But in animals, nerves get even longer. Giraffes have a laryngeal nerve that stretches 5 meters down their necks and back up again. Blue whales take it further with spinal nerve cells reaching 24 meters, one single cell relaying messages across the body of Earth's largest animal. Number 40. For millions of years, trees were practically indestructible because no organisms could break down lignin, the key component of wood. During the Carboniferous period, fallen trees piled up, creating massive coal deposits. Eventually, fungi evolved to digest lignin, finally returning trees to the natural cycle of decomposition. Without those ancient fungi, forests might still be piling up today, and we'd be missing the fossil fuels that shaped human industry. Number 41. Pineapples contain an enzyme called bromelain that breaks down proteins, which is why your mouth might feel tingly or sore after eating too much raw pineapple. Essentially, as you eat the pineapple, it's also eating you back. Bromelain is so powerful that it's often used as a meat tenderizer. Cooking the fruit destroys the enzyme, making it safe for your mouth. But where's the fun in that? Number 42. In Spain, greetings often involve a kiss on each cheek. Known as besos, this traditional gesture is a sign of warmth and friendliness. However, the exact protocol can vary. Men usually shake hands, while women receive the double kiss. It's a cultural norm that highlights Spain's emphasis on social connection and personal touch, making even a simple hello a charming ritual. Number 43. In Egypt, asking for salt at the dinner table is considered rude. The gesture implies that the food is poorly seasoned, subtly insulting the host's cooking. Egyptian hospitality places great value on food, and meals are often a communal, joyful experience. To avoid offense, guests are expected to appreciate the dishes as they're served, a lesson in gracious dining and respecting local traditions. Number 44. Vincent van Gogh, now regarded as one of history's greatest painters, only sold one painting in his lifetime. Titled The Red Vineyard at Arles, it was purchased by his brother's friend for 400 francs. Despite his immense talent, Van Gogh struggled with poverty and obscurity during his life. Today, his works are priceless, reminding us how brilliance often goes unrecognized until long after its time. Number 45. The famous Charging Bull statue near Wall Street was a guerrilla art installation by sculptor Arturo de Modica. In 1987, he paid $350,000 out of his own pocket to create the 7,000-pound bronze bull as a symbol of strength and optimism following the stock market crash. Placed illegally overnight, the bull was later embraced by the city and became an iconic financial district landmark. Number 46. In South Korea, writing someone's name in red ink is a big no-no. Traditionally, red ink was used to record the names of deceased individuals, making it a symbol of death. Writing a living person's name in red is seen as ominous or disrespectful. It's a fascinating cultural detail that reminds visitors to choose their pens carefully when signing cards or documents. Number 47. Finland takes sauna culture to the next level, with nearly every household having one. Saunas are so central to Finnish life that they're not just for relaxation. They're also where business deals are sealed and important conversations happen. Known for their intense heat and tradition of loili, steam, saunas reflect Finland's emphasis on community, health, and resilience in the face of freezing winters. Number 48. Despite global fame, no one knows the true identity of Banksy, the world's most famous graffiti artist. Known for his satirical, politically charged works, Banksy has managed to maintain anonymity for decades while captivating audiences worldwide. His art has appeared on everything from urban walls to auction houses, blurring the line between rebellion and high art, a mystery that only adds to his legend. Number 49. In Greece, waving with an open palm can be seen as deeply insulting. Known as the moutsa, this gesture historically symbolized shaming someone by smearing ash or dirt in their face. To avoid offending anyone, it's better to wave with a closed hand or a small, subtle gesture. It's an essential cultural tip for visitors to Greece, where seemingly innocent actions can carry a surprising history. Number 50. In Venezuela, arriving on time to a social gathering can make you stand out in the wrong way. Culturally, guests are expected to arrive 15 to 30 minutes late to avoid seeming overly eager. Known as La Hora Venezolana, this relaxed approach to punctuality reflects a broader emphasis on socializing over rigid schedules. Just don't try the same trick at work. Number 51. X-rays of Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa reveal that there are 3 earlier versions of the painting hidden beneath the final image. These layers suggest that da Vinci reworked his masterpiece multiple times, refining his vision of the enigmatic woman. The discovery highlights his perfectionism and artistic process, adding even more mystery to one of the most famous faces in art history. Number 52. Iran's weekend falls on Thursday and Friday, aligning with the country's Islamic traditions. This schedule allows for Friday, the holy day in Islam, to be observed as a day of rest and worship. While the rest of the world typically follows a Saturday-Sunday weekend, Iran's calendar highlights cultural and religious differences in how time and work are structured. Number 53. In Bulgaria, nodding your head means no, and shaking it means yes. This reversal of gestures can create humorous and confusing situations for visitors. The origin of this custom is unclear, but it's deeply ingrained in Bulgarian culture. To avoid misunderstandings, it's always best to clarify verbally, especially when asking important questions. Number 54. In Fiji, raising your eyebrows is a simple yet effective way of saying yes. This nonverbal gesture is used frequently in conversations, making communication smoother and quicker. Instead of verbal affirmations, a quick eyebrow flick speaks volumes in Fijian culture. It's a fun reminder of how body language can vary widely across the world. Number 55. Professional ballerinas go through an average of 12 pairs of pointe shoes per week. The extreme pressure and strain of dancing on pointe wear out the shoes quickly, with some performances requiring multiple pairs. These delicate-looking shoes are a dancer's most essential tool, allowing them to achieve gravity-defying moves while enduring the rigors of training and performance. Number 56. In Hungary, clinking glasses while drinking is considered bad luck. This tradition stems from the 1848 Hungarian Revolution, when Austrian generals reportedly celebrated Hungary's defeat by loudly clinking their beer glasses. As a mark of respect and remembrance, Hungarians avoided this custom for 150 years. While the tradition has softened over time, many still abstain, showing how deeply history can influence even small social gestures. Number 57. Most car horns in America beep in the key of F. This consistent pitch wasn't chosen for musical reasons, but because it cuts through traffic noise effectively, ensuring drivers can hear it clearly. The F note strikes the perfect balance of urgency and annoyance, making it ideal for grabbing attention in a busy environment. If you ever hum along to a honking horn, now you know why. Number 58. The Dodge brothers, Horace and John, founders of the Dodge Automobile Company, were Jewish, which is why their early company logo featured a Star of David. This emblem symbolized strength and unity, as well as their cultural roots. Though the logo eventually changed, the early design reflects an interesting and lesser-known part of automotive history. Number 59. In 1955, the Ford Thunderbird outsold the Chevrolet Corvette by a staggering ratio of 24-1. With 16,155 Thunderbirds sold compared to only 673 Corvettes, the Thunderbird quickly became a symbol of stylish, luxurious driving. Though production of the Thunderbird ended in 2005, the Corvette remains an enduring icon of American performance cars, proving that even the underdog can have the last word. Number 60. Nectar can ferment in hot weather, and when bees consume this boozy liquid, they get drunk. A tipsy bee might fly erratically or even struggle to return to the hive. To maintain order, worker bees will block intoxicated bees from re-entering, ensuring the hive remains functional. It's nature's version of a bouncer keeping the rowdiest patrons out of the club. Number 61. The pronunciation of Arkansas was formally defined by the state legislature due to a disagreement between its early senators. Some insisted on the French-derived pronunciation Arkansas, while others preferred the Americanized Arkansas. To settle the matter, lawmakers officially chose Arkansas, aligning with the original French influence, but adding a uniquely Southern twist to the state's name. Number 62. If you stand beneath the clock tower commonly called Big Ben in London with a digital radio tuned to the BBC, you'll hear the chimes on the radio before you hear them live. This happens because sound travels faster digitally, from the microphone to the BBC studio and back to your radio, than it does through the air. It's a fascinating reminder of the speed of modern technology compared to good old analog acoustics. Number 63. Oklahoma's official state vegetable is watermelon. Despite being a fruit by botanical standards, watermelon earned the title in recognition of its cultural importance in Oklahoma's agriculture. This quirky designation highlights how state symbols can blur scientific definitions in favor of tradition and pride. Plus, who doesn't love watermelon? Number 64. Korean fairy tales begin with the whimsical phrase, "Back when tigers used to smoke." This poetic opening reflects an era when the tiger, a key figure in Korean mythology, symbolized wisdom and strength. The phrase evokes a fantastical past where anything was possible, much like Once Upon a Time in Western tales. It adds an extra layer of charm to Korean storytelling traditions. Number 65. The raised reflective markers on highways are called Botts dots, named after Dr. Albert Botts, who pioneered their use. These little bumps provide tactile and visual feedback to drivers, helping prevent lane departures and accidents. Though seemingly simple, Bots' dots have saved countless lives and transformed road safety worldwide, proving small ideas can have enormous impacts. Number 66. At the turn of the millennium, Hong Kong had the highest number of Rolls-Royces per capita in the world. This luxury car concentration reflected the city's immense wealth and status as a hub for business elites. Owning a Rolls-Royce in such a densely packed urban environment wasn't just about transportation. It was a statement of prestige and opulence. Number 67. If you smell fish but no one is cooking, you may have an electrical fire. Burning plastic and wiring often emit a fishy odor as they overheat and smolder, serving as an early warning sign of danger. It's a lesser-known fact that could save lives, as identifying this strange smell and acting quickly might prevent a small issue from turning into a catastrophic fire. Number 68. It takes 6 months to hand-build a Rolls-Royce, compared to just 13 hours for a Toyota. Each Rolls-Royce is meticulously crafted with bespoke details to meet its owner's specifications. This attention to precision and luxury makes the Rolls-Royce a masterpiece of engineering and artistry. While Toyotas roll off the line quickly, Rolls-Royce is a reminder that some things simply cannot be rushed. Number 69. Many Buddhist statues across Asia exhibit Greek artistic influences, a legacy of Alexander the Great's conquests. When Greek culture merged with Buddhism through the Greco-Bactrian kingdoms, statues of Buddha began to feature draped robes, curly hair, and realistic facial features, hallmarks of Hellenistic art. This cultural exchange gave rise to the Gandhara style, blending Greek aesthetics with spiritual symbolism. Number 70. In Switzerland, it was once illegal to slam a car door. The law aimed to maintain peace and quiet in residential neighborhoods, where loud noises were considered disruptive. Although the rule has since been lifted, it's a humorous reminder of how far some communities will go to preserve tranquility, even if it means policing car doors. Number 71. Before the invention of the light bulb, humans averaged 10 hours of sleep per night. People also practiced segmented sleep, dividing their rest into 2 periods with a wakeful interlude in between. During this midnight hour, they would stoke the fire, enjoy a snack, or socialize before returning to bed. The light bulb's arrival shortened sleep durations dramatically, forever changing our natural rhythm. Number 72. In Athens, Greece, drivers can lose their licenses if they are deemed poorly dressed or unbathed. This unusual law reflects the city's emphasis on public decorum and hygiene. While it's rarely enforced today, the rule highlights how social norms can influence even traffic laws, encouraging people to present their best selves behind the wheel. Number 73. The city of Damascus, Syria, is considered the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world. With a history spanning over 11,000 years, Damascus has seen empires rise and fall, including the Romans, Byzantines, and Ottomans. Its winding streets and ancient architecture hold stories of millennia, making it a living testament to human civilization's endurance and adaptability. Number 74. The most eastern part of the Western world is located in Ilomantsi, Finland. This small municipality marks the geographical boundary between Europe and Russia. Known for its beautiful forests, Orthodox churches, and rich Karelian culture, Ilomantsi stands as a quiet, scenic reminder of where East and West meet, both geographically and culturally. Number 75. In England, some of the largest landowners are the Queen, the Church of England, and Trinity College, Cambridge. These historic institutions hold vast tracts of land, much of it acquired over centuries. From agricultural fields to urban properties, their holdings reflect the deeply rooted influence of monarchy, religion, and academia in shaping England's landscape and economy. Number 76. The name Dublin comes from the Irish words Dubh Linn, meaning black pool. This refers to a tidal pool formed by the River Liffey near what is now Dublin Castle. Over time, Dubh Linn evolved into the modern name, but its ancient origins are still remembered in local landmarks and lore. This linguistic history connects modern Dubliners to their Celtic past. Number 77. YouTube was created by 3 former PayPal employees, Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jawed Karim, in February 2005. What started as a platform for sharing videos quickly exploded into a global phenomenon. Just 18 months later, Google purchased YouTube for $1.65 billion, cementing its place as the world's leading video sharing website and a cornerstone of digital culture. Number 78. Sony was originally called Tatsuken when it was founded in 1946. The company later changed its name to Sony, combining the Latin word sonus, sound, with sunny, a colloquial term for young boy in English. The name change reflected the company's ambition to be globally recognizable while emphasizing innovation and youthfulness, a strategy that clearly paid off. Number 79. In Australia, Burger King operates under the name Hungry Jack's. When Burger King expanded to Australia, its name was already trademarked by a local business. The franchise owner, Jack Cowan, chose Hungry Jack's as an alternative. The branding stuck, and the Australian version of Burger King remains uniquely its own, serving Whoppers with an Aussie twist. Number 80. The zip code 12345 is assigned to General Electric in Schenectady, New York. Because of its simplicity, this zip code receives an unexpected volume of fan mail from children who believe it belongs to Santa Claus. GE employees often play along, responding to letters and spreading a bit of holiday cheer from their industrial headquarters. Number 81. Every year, an area of tropical rainforest the size of Tennessee is cut down. These forests, often referred to as the lungs of the Earth, are crucial for regulating the planet's climate and supporting millions of species. The loss of this land not only threatens biodiversity, but also accelerates climate change, underscoring the urgent need for conservation efforts worldwide. Number 82. Hurricanes, tornadoes, and large ocean currents spin clockwise in the southern hemisphere and counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere. This phenomenon, known as the Coriolis effect, is caused by the rotation of the Earth. The invisible force affects everything from weather systems to oceanic flows, creating patterns that shape life on a global scale. Number 83. The U.S. state of Maryland has no natural lakes. While it may seem surprising, every lake in Maryland is man-made, created for purposes like irrigation, recreation, or flood control. Despite lacking natural lakes, Maryland's waterways and reservoirs contribute to its scenic beauty, offering plenty of opportunities for boating, fishing, and water sports. Number 84. Mount Vernon, Washington, grows more tulips than the entire country of Holland. Known as the tulip capital of North America, this small town's annual tulip festival draws visitors from around the world. Fields of vibrant blooms stretch for miles, creating a kaleidoscope of color that rivals even the famed tulip farms of the Netherlands. Number 85. A gallon of seawater contains about a quarter pound of salt. That's roughly 3.5% salinity, a concentration that gives oceans their distinctive taste and buoyancy. If all the salt from the ocean were spread across the planet's surface, it would form a layer over 500 feet thick, enough to bury entire cities. Number 86. Florida has more tornadoes per square mile than any other U.S. state. While most people associate tornadoes with the Midwest's Tornado Alley, Florida's warm, humid climate creates frequent thunderstorms capable of spawning twisters. These tornadoes are often small and short-lived, but still pack enough punch to cause significant damage. Number 87. Dirty snow melts faster than clean snow because dirt particles absorb more heat from the sun. This accelerates the melting process, turning white snow into slush much quicker. It's a little-known fact that demonstrates how small changes, like pollution or footprints, can have a big impact on natural processes. Number 88. The warmest temperature ever recorded in Antarctica was 3 degrees Fahrenheit, or 16 degrees. Despite being the coldest continent on Earth, occasional heat waves occur, primarily during summer months. This extreme warm temperature serves as a reminder of how harsh and unforgiving Antarctica's climate can be, even at its mildest. Number 89. The bark of mature redwood trees is fireproof. These giants of the forest have evolved to withstand wildfires, with thick, spongy bark that insulates the living tissue underneath. Some redwoods have survived fires for thousands of years, making them a symbol of resilience and the power of nature to adapt to adversity. Number 90. The longest recorded female beard measured an impressive 36 centimeters, 14 inches. This record was set by Harnum Kaur, a British woman who embraced her beard as part of her identity. Diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, which causes excess hair growth, Kaur became an advocate for self-acceptance and body positivity, challenging beauty standards worldwide. Number 91. Rhinos carry only about 5% body fat, and much of it is concentrated on the bottoms of their feet. This anatomical quirk not only makes them silent runners, but also allows them to charge at full sprint without making a sound. For animals that weigh up to 2 tons, this stealthy adaptation is both surprising and impressive. Number 92. Oak trees don't produce acorns until they are at least 50 years old, sometimes even older. This long wait reflects the slow, deliberate growth of oak trees, which can live for hundreds of years. By the time they start producing acorns, they've already established themselves as towering, sturdy giants of the forest, ensuring that their seeds have the best chance of survival. Number 93. Olive trees can live for up to 1,500 years, with some ancient specimens still producing olives today. These trees are symbols of endurance and resilience, thriving in harsh climates with minimal water. In regions like Greece, Italy, and the Middle East, ancient olive groves serve as living monuments to civilizations that cultivated them millennia ago, bridging the past with the present. Number 94. The word marijuana comes from the Spanish slang term Maria Juana, or Mary Jane. The term became widely used in the United States in the early 20th century, especially during anti-cannabis campaigns. Its Spanish origins reflect how the plant, and its cultural significance, spread from the Americas to the rest of the world, gaining a name with a surprisingly innocent ring to it. Number 95. The Old English word for sneeze was fneosan. This quirky term highlights how the sound of a sneeze influenced language even centuries ago. Over time, fneosan evolved into the modern English word sneeze, an example of how our language adapts and simplifies sounds to match human experience. Gesundheit, anyone? Number 96. The word checkmate in chess comes from the Persian phrase shahmat, meaning the king is dead. Originating in ancient Persia, chess spread across the world, carrying its terminology with it. Shahmat reflects the finality of the game, as the opposing king is trapped with no escape. This powerful phrase endures, giving the game a regal and historical resonance. Number 97. The word vodka is derived from the Russian word voda, meaning water, with vodka translating to little water. This diminutive name reflects vodka's clarity and versatility, as it was traditionally considered a pure, neutral spirit. Despite its innocuous name, vodka packs quite a punch and remains one of the most consumed spirits worldwide. Number 98. The term electric was first coined in 1600 by William Gilbert, physician to Queen Elizabeth I. Gilbert used the word to describe the mysterious force he observed in amber when rubbed with cloth, which attracted small objects. His work laid the foundation for modern electrical science, proving that even basic observations can spark revolutions in understanding. Number 99. The language Malayalam, spoken in parts of India, is unique because its name is a palindrome. It reads the same forwards and backwards. This linguistic quirk reflects the symmetry and complexity of Malayalam, which has a rich history of literature, poetry, and tradition. It's a fun fact for language lovers and a testament to the creativity of human speech. Number 100. A foxtickle is a fake news article that's so believable it spreads more readily than real news. In today's digital age, foxtickles highlight the challenge of separating fact from fiction. Often crafted with humor or satire, they walk a fine line between entertainment and misinformation, making critical thinking more important than ever. Number 101. Raphael Lemkin, a Polish Jewish lawyer, coined the term genocide in 1943 to describe the systematic destruction of a group of people. Lemkin's work was inspired by the atrocities of World War II and led to the concept becoming recognized under international law. His advocacy laid the groundwork for prosecuting war crimes and protecting vulnerable populations worldwide.